Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mix It Up podcast. I am Mike. That is Nick. Special guest John Depot. You know him from the BBO NYG podcast is joining us
Gentlemen.
on a special episode, a somber episode. Because both of us just lost pets, me and John. Obviously people know Barkley. John, what was your dog's name?
Kano, like Mortal Kombat.
There
As
you
you can
go.
see behind me, the patch on his eye, reminiscent of the character from Mortal Kombat. And he was a fighter.
So he has the cool name. Barkley has that kind of the goofy name. Um,
Oh, thank you.
yeah. So like, you listen, we lost somebody. Nick. Obviously, you lost a couple of fish, Siamese, Japanese fighting fish, I believe, back in the day. But you didn't change the water, so it could have been considered murder. So I don't know if you really lost the thing.
Yeah.
But all right. So Barkley, let me get into this. Shout out to everybody first that asked me for come hang out, drinks, all that, barbecues. Nick, you too. You asked me to grab a drink a few days ago, if you remember. Appreciate that. Appreciate everybody, for your support, but I just couldn't do it, man. Couldn't hang out, couldn't talk about my dog like right away. So, he passed. If I get choked up, you won't hear any of it. You just hear a bunch of fart noises in post edit. So I I lost him. Like, it sucks. He was like he started. He got sick last year. For people that don't know, he got PLE. It's a severe inflammation. He was losing protein, losing weight, and it just started catching up on him like recently. Like the past couple weeks, he couldn't walk. He couldn't stand up on his own anymore. So I originally had him, set to be put down tomorrow. We're recording this on Memorial Day night, Monday. I had him scheduled for 5:30 on Tuesday. I could have done it on a Friday, but I wanted the weekend. And
It's okay, Mike. Mike pretends that he has no emotions. It's all right
I
to
don't.
show emotions. It's
No, I
okay.
hate it. No, because
Grown men are allowed to cry.
no,
It's all right.
when you see me
Not in
get
front of women, that's all.
yeah, when you see me get choked up, it's just like I don't like people seeing that part of me. You need to see my goofiness, my comedy. I'm gonna be telling jokes throughout this whole fucking situation, so stay tuned. That's how I
Mike,
cope.
Mike, they want to see the real. They want to see the real Mike.
Nah, I'm dead inside. I'm dead inside, Nick and John. Yeah. So listen, I didn't want to put that shot in his fucking arm. I didn't want to do that. So I prayed. I was like, listen, I want you to go on your own terms, and I want you to go like with me.
Yeah.
So, sure enough, Saturday, like I'm hanging out with him, I have him up on the couch, and he always, comes up and he lies down right here across my heart, I'm right underneath my chin, and he just fucking chills. That's how he sleeps all the time. Takes that. If he sees me lying down, he jumps up. That's where he goes. So he's there Saturday, and I'm looking at him. He's staring at me for like a good 5 minutes, like with the saddest eyes. I just turned to him. I'm like, listen, buddy, if you need to go, you go now. I'll be okay. I'll come find you. You come find me. Bang. He went
Really?
right there.
Holy
Right
fuck.
after I said that.
Oh my God.
It's what I prayed for. It's what I wanted. I didn't want to shoot that shit in his arm.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then it was weird when he was going, he got his eyes opened so big and he was like looking around the room, like looking above me, like something was coming for him or he was going somewhere.
Wow.
I swear to God, it was the most surreal shit. And like then he just, started not even he couldn't fully close his eyes because they're still wide open after they die. And he was like kind of like blinking a little bit, and then he just went right down in between my arm and my chest. And then of course I felt something down below. He fucking pissed all over me. Fucking guy had to fucking piss all over me as one last fucking chance. So my shorts are fucking soaked. I'm like, thank God he didn't have anything else in his system because he wasn't eating. Otherwise, I did give him ice cream right before he went, so he had that.
That happened to my friend. His dog shit all over him when he passed away.
Yeah, I did not. Like, thank God. Like, at least show me that respect, Barkley, and he did. He just pissed all over me. So that was his last, parting gift to me.
Right.
But, fast forward, like, and, take him to the vet or whatever. The vet was the coolest fucking vet. It was Memorial Day weekend. Nobody was there. He gave me the code, the fucking shit to go in through his door to leave my dog on his table.
Wow.
This vet was great. He was texting me, at midnight sometimes, like, all right, how's Barker doing? We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this now. Change this. I'm
Right.
like, I
Wow.
never like experienced that before. So, like, Eugene, shout out to Eugene for representing this. He goes to this vet too. Like, I mean, he don't have any pets anymore. He just still goes there, I guess, to get treatment. So he was like, he swore by this vet, and I'm like, I tell you, man, he was 100% right. This guy is fucking great.
What's his name?
Dr. Zhao.
From
A
where?
little Chinese guy, fucking amazing, Asian American. Let me be politically correct here. Fucking great guy. He had a hot assistant that I was actually hoping that if I did put him down, like we all be crying in the room, and then I'd be able to hug her and stuff.
Right.
But obviously that never happened because Barkley had to dip out on me. But okay. Anyway, and right before, like I was telling them, to go, I had a story. I'm like, listen, for anybody that don't know, my dog's neutered. So I told my dog, I'm like, listen, from what I hear, when you go to doggy heaven, you get your balls back, you know? And so I told him, I'll tell him the whole story. I'm like, listen, when I hear thunder later on, when you're gone, I know it's just your two new gigantic big balls clenching together. And that's the sound you fucking made, So that's my dog. So fast forward after he passed to that night, and remind you, my words was like, I'll come see you or you come see me. In my dream state, I'm dreaming that night. I wake up within my dream, hearing my dog running around this bed barking. I hear his bark.
Hmm.
I get up immediately. Immediately, I know I'm dreaming or I'm in another realm because immediately I know my Barkley's gone. And I was telling I'm like, come up on the bed. He jumped up in bed. I'm like, how is it up there? You look so much better. He looks so healthy. He looks so good. I'm like, you're a good boy, buddy. I'm telling you, thank you for coming back. I knew you were listening. And then, I just kind of like, I felt myself like fading away, like Marty McFly in Back to the Future when his parents weren't going to bang and they started disappearing in the photo. That's how I felt, like I was disappearing on him and he was staying like wherever he was. But he came back to see me, which was just the craziest shit. The whole thing was the whole thing was crazy. Just like him, like dying in my arms, and for this step to happen in the dream state, and just like, man, shout out to him. Like what a great dog he really was. So, cheers to Barkley. Whoever's out there drinking, take a shot for Barkley.
Yeah.
Tough.
My fucking dog, man.
John, like you, go ahead with your dog, man. Tell us what happened.
Bro, the craziest thing about it is like I wondered this in the moment. Like, is it better to have had him be sick for a while and like have time to like mentally kind of come to terms with them passing, or is it better just for it to happen like that? Because that's basically what happened with me, with my dog. He was 9 years old, 9.5 years old, whatever. So he probably has still lost some time. He was healthy as an ox every day of his life. And then April 23rd, I got home from work at like 8:30. My wife had just eaten dinner before I got home. I ate when I was out at work. And she had given him some dinner. He was eating fine, no problem. And like 9 o'clock, we're sitting on the couch, and he's sitting on the couch, like sitting up, like not like nobody like laying down, sitting up, mouth open, and just like panting and drooling, which he never ever did. So I was like, okay, let's go outside real quick. We went in the backyard. He like kind of lumbers out. I was like, maybe he just doesn't feel good or whatever it is. And he just lays down by the fence and he's just like looking at me, like you said, with those like sad eyes. Mm-hmm. A lot of what you said, I saw with Kano too. And he's just like looking at me with the sad eyes. And normally I would like, Kano, let's go inside. If he was nice out, he would just lay outside, and I would like grab the tree and he would come running inside. Grab the tree and he just sat there just looking at me. And I'm like, there's something wrong with this fucking dog. So I grabbed my wife. I was like, what do you think? This and that. And I said, you know what? Let's just keep an eye on him. Told him, let's go inside. He finally got up. I went inside and he lays down on the couch and his eyes are like rolling in the back of his head. And I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? And my wife is like laying on him, like on his hip, as he's laying down, almost like this. But she was like laying by his hip. And I'm watching his eyes like roll in the back of his head. I'm like, there's something fucking wrong here. So I told my wife, I was like, listen, get up. I was like, let me grab him. I'm gonna take him to the animal hospital. So I take him there. They take him back. I'm sitting in the waiting room for like a half hour, 45 minutes before they say anything. And like, listen, this we don't really know exactly what it is. We want to do some scans and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, this is gonna take a couple hours. This is the middle of the night at this point, like midnight. I got there, 1 o'clock in the morning almost. I'm having this conversation. So they said, go home, keep your phone on ringer. We'll call you in a couple hours when we know a little bit more. She said it could be a few different things. None of them are good, but it could be a couple different things. So they call me like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and they're like, listen, like we thought it might be that he has cancer, and that's what we think it is. She's like, his belly's filling up with, I guess the tumor must have ruptured. It was like filling up with whatever shit poisons in there, and it was like pressing down all of his organs. And she's like, you can go ahead and we could sedate him, rush him to surgery. He'll probably need chemo and radiation after he comes out. And at first I was just like, okay, good. And she's like, yeah, just so you know, it could be anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 to do all of this. So like, okay. So I was like ready to just like, I don't care. Like in that moment, I was like, whatever the fuck it is, I'll pay it off. I don't give a shit.
Right.
And my wife's like, how long do you think that if this is like, we get him through this, like, does he have more time? She's like, I've never seen a dog not be back within 6 months. And I was like, whoa, are you saying that's $15,000 for 6 months and I'm gonna have to put him through radiation and chemo the whole time? And she's like, that's a lot of times what happens. She's like, we could do whatever you want us to do. She's like, but we would probably recommend, a humane, whatever the technical term is, what she used for putting him down. And I was like, wait a second, are you telling me I'm gonna put my dog down right now? Like, I have you can't see it, but right here, I have a bite. So my sounds bad, but he was a good dog. My cousin brought his pit bull over, and they were playing around in the backyard, and they were getting a little rough and shit. So I just stuck my arm in to just grab him away, and he bit me, and they put a scar on me like 2 days before this happened, just to put in perspective how healthy he was beforehand. And then I'm just sitting there 4 o'clock in the morning, like this dog I have to put down right now. Like I was like, I fucking can't do that. I was like, let me bring him home and like give me like a day or two to process this information.
Yep. Yeah, 100%.
She's like, all right. She's like, let me just give him pain medicine. Let me give him some fluids and stuff. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna run outside, smoke a cigarette, just do what you gotta do. So I'm outside smoking a cigarette, just talking to my wife, like, I can't believe that this is happening right now. The nurse runs outside, she's like, or the vet runs outside, she's like, you guys need to come right now. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she goes, I can't feel a pulse anymore. We gave him the fluids. His stomach refilled up with all the like this. He's gonna pass right now. Like, come inside. Wow. And I was like, my dog's dying right now. Like, literally, what's happening right now? And
yeah, it's tough, man. That's really tough to hear. I get it. Just to lose him like that right there on the spot, like unexpectedly, man. Like for me, like my dog, yours was 9, mine was like 5.5. So you just expect my, dog to last 10 years automatically. But,
just because you're so healthy, I thought I would get, 11, 12, 13. Like, I thought I would see him turn to an old dog. I would have like that opportunity to see him be old.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I wanted my dog to outlive me. I wanted my dog to outlive me. I wanted him to take care of me on my deathbed. So you can see just Barkley dressed up in like scrubs and like, yo, this motherfucker ain't gonna make it. He drank way too much and partied way too much in his life. Yeah, John, I get it. Like, I have a little scar on my hand from Barkley, right underneath my middle finger, from his mouth when he had like a piece of like metal in his hand or whatever. They called me. I needed stitches. But yeah, I always have that mark on my hand when I look down. And what I did to honor Barkley, I'm getting his ashes done. So I'll probably spread it all like around the pool that I have because he loved going to the pool. And then I'll store some in this what I ordered was this plush pet thing. Cost me like $300, but it makes your dog.
I did that for my wife for a cat a couple of years ago.
Oh,
Yep.
dude, I'm like looking at it. And then you see people open up the boxes and they automatically start crying. Oh,
Yep.
that's gonna be me. I'm gonna be like, well, actually, not really. I'll probably just get choked up because I'm dead
Yeah.
inside. But when I open them up and stuff and I see them, I'm like, holy shit! Like they look just like your dogs. These fucking
Yeah.
things. So of course I fucking had to order that, and then I ordered a picture on. I went on Canva, Nick, and I uploaded a picture, and you
Yeah.
can get it framed.
Oh,
Like
cool.
you get a whole bunch of shit done, like tote bags,
Yeah.
mugs with your
I got
dog's picture
pillows
on it.
on.
Dude, it's amazing what like you could do. I'm like, what? I'm not getting crazy. Let me just get the picture frame. But I thought about getting pajamas. Like, like what am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? I love him, but that's a little fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So when I got Kano, I got him. He was like 2.5 weeks old. David couldn't walk straight. I got him from some like backyard breeder in Bridgeton, New Jersey, which would, at the time, if you looked up crime statistics in New Jersey, it was the second highest rated crime city in the country or in the state. I forget what it was.
Your dog
Uh,
was a thug.
behind Canada, he was the gangster. Yeah. So um, I took him home and I have this picture of him. I'm gonna upload it, but after I tell the story, when you guys start talking again, I took a Yankee hat, put it on the kitchen table, put him in the hat, right? So there's a adorable picture of him, like 2 weeks old, crystal blue eyes, like I have, and fucking just the cutest fucking picture you've ever seen in your life. And I happened to be wearing a Yankee hat when this all happened. I just put a hat on to go to the vet. So when I saw him at the table, strapped down, like with his eyes, it's kind of like rolling back in his head. I took the hat and I put it on his head. And I
Man.
just looked in his eyes and watched like him just disappear. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Seeing a dog like
I
that,
haven't done that in a month.
dude, it's that's tough.
I didn't think I was gonna get choked up like this. Like,
Dude, just nah. That's why I didn't like go out and go anywhere to get drinks with everybody. Because everybody be asking like, "Oh, how's your dog? How's your dog doing?" Um,
yeah,
I just couldn't do it. I fucking get choked up and like start fucking like I don't want to be like bawling with tears going out and have to like run out the room like a Sally. You know what I'm saying? So they can see that in me, but yeah, dude, it hurts, man. It hurts. It hurts. It's hard to explain if you never owned a pet before, never had a pet growing up. I don't know if you would exactly understand. Like I've lost like family members, obviously friends
yeah, it's
of on the
crazy.
pod, but it hits different. It's a different part. I'm not saying it's worse, but it's just a different part of your heart that it hits.
Yeah,
And it's really hard to
weird.
explain.
Yeah,
It just like sometimes I want to rip that part of my heart out and eat it and be like, yo, grow the fuck up, man up.
yeah. Seriously,
Man up, Mike. Start fucking choking up.
I should have drank for this podcast. Damn.
I know that's listen. I had to have a few before. I was like, you gotta get some beers. They're gonna have to have a little load on. Not gonna be able to do it.
Day, bro.
So I had it. That's my Trump impression, John. If you never heard of it, it's gonna be a good day. We're gonna get dogs. We're gonna get our dogs cloned. They're gonna come back to life. They're gonna love us even more.
So one of the funniest things about my dogs, my dog, when like when you get when the news get like my wife posted on Facebook or Instagram like later that day, like later on in the afternoon, and then everybody saw it, so everybody's texting me, I can't believe Kano, I can't believe Kano.
Yeah.
And one thing that my dog was like famous for in the group, vape smoke and weed smoke, you could like if you were standing up in front of the couch and blow it like that, and he would jump on the couch and launch himself and alligator snap at the fucking smoke. And it would just like the actual like sound of his jaws snapping on the snow. So for his entire life, like everybody like if you had a vape, just blow it and it would be like a thing. He would go chase his tail and stuff, jump up on the couch and like just launch himself into the fucking sky and just snap at the smoke. And you'd hear like the
My dog was a professional diver, John.
Like I gotta do that.
My dog was a professional diver, John. In the pool outside, like he'd go down the ladder like a person like would and just dive into the pool. They put his front paws on the first step, and then he'd get his back legs on the very first step, and he'll launch himself, and he'd be diving in the pool like fucking 4 feet and shit, like every fucking time. And if there was a raft in there, I can't tell you how many times he just like want that raft. He get that crazy look in his eye. He dive in the pool, right, through the ladder, or he come up on the side. He figured out how to jump from the side from the ground, hop up on the pool just to get a bite of a raft. You know how many fucking rafts I sent back to Amazon saying this is defective. I don't know what's wrong with your rafts. I must have went through fucking 15 of them. It was like it was crazy. But he always did like the craziest shit. Fun dog to be around. Always the life of the party.
Yeah.
If he see like any members of my family or friends come over, he'd cry until he'd get down to see them. Like all that. Most friendliest dog, most coolest fucking dog in the world. Did tricks. He'd roll over. He'd fucking wave at you. He'd press the button on the door to go outside. Tell him to press the button. He went to go. I told him to go get my sneakers, and I did a lot of this shit. I didn't even train him. I swear to God, I didn't train him. I just fucking. I think he understood English. I just told him what to do. Like one day, I was like, "Yo, go get my sneakers." He looked at me, and he went in the fucking other room, got my sneaker. Then I'm like, "Yo, holy shit, he did it!" And I'm like, "Go get the other one." And then he went back in the other fucking room and got the other one. He went got the left shoe and then went to get the right shoe. Like this dog is fucking brilliant. So I always thought he like he really understood English. If he was able to talk to me, we'd be able to have conversations.
Yeah.
That's how smart he was. Nick, did you lose any dogs or pets or whatever growing up besides the fish you killed?
Yeah, two dogs I had. So my dog Dakota, she was a black lab, like black lab. We got her from the North Shore Animal League for like $30 back in the day, right?
Me too.
So like this is the dog. Like my mom had a dog when I was younger, Brandy. So like she was kind of the dog that we had as a kid. Like she was the first dog that like I had, but like I only had the dog for a few years and I was young. Dakota was like my number one fucking dog as a kid. Like dog used to sleep next to my bed. She was an absolute fucking lunatic when she was younger, to the point where my dad was gonna throw her out of the fucking house. Could not be contained, right? But then like she would drag me around by my sweatpants through the kitchen, Mike, fucking grab the bottom of my fucking sweatpants, drag me. It was awesome. So she became like they're your best friends, right?
Yeah.
Like so, like I grew up with her. I loved her. I loved the dog. She had to get a surgery on her knee. It was like $2,500, man, back in the fucking like '90s. You know what I mean? Like where our parents didn't have fucking that much money, but we
That's
fucking
crazy.
spent that money on her. Those dogs, they go their knees get shot. So like as she got older, like my house upstairs, we'd have to like hold her hind legs or hips, and like we had to get like a cloth thing to like hold her so she'd come up. She couldn't
Yeah.
really walk. Eventually, she was just laying down one day, and she looked at you, and she just tells you like they tell you when they're ready to go, right? So we were like, all right, we got to go. So me and my brother like picked her up and put her in the back of I think my mom's truck or something, brought her to the vet, and we were all there in the fucking room while when they put her to sleep, and it was just like 1 second she's there and like you could tell immediately like she's not there anymore. You know what I mean? And then like it's fucked up. It's fucked up. And then so like that was Dakota. She was the best. And then my mom's dog recently, Sasha. You remember Sasha? A
Yeah.
few years ago, like this was a fucked up one because like she was all of a sudden like she couldn't hold her poop in, as they say. She was like having diarrhea all over the fucking house. Like I remember I was upstairs and I heard her like barking like crazy downstairs, and I think I was working from home, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I went downstairs and she shit all over the fucking place, right?
Man.
So I let her outside. She couldn't like keep it in anymore, and she was having problems with her food, right? So like she had a very sensitive stomach, and the vets just happened to change her food out of nowhere, right? So she's shitting all over the fucking place. So in our head, we're like, it's the food
Yeah.
because
Food.
if you look it up, it could cause pancreatitis like really quick with the dogs, right?
Yeah.
So we bring her to the vet, and they're like, oh, uh, they call me. I was out shopping at like a shoe store, dude, and my vet calls me, and she's like, she's got tumors all over the place. She's got like we're pretty sure they're cancerous, and I was just like, when you're like trying to hold it all together. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And then I just like hung the phone up, and I just fucking like couldn't even keep it together. Like I think I cried in the fucking middle of the fucking shoe store. So I'm telling my mom that. So then like we keep visiting her at the fucking at the vet, and I'm trying to tell them, I'm like, guys, you caused this because you changed her fucking food, and now she has pancreatitis. And they said her pancreas is fucking inflamed, right? I was like, you caused? No, we didn't cause this. She's got tumors. I'm like, that's bullshit. Like, if I punch you in your fucking mouth and your tooth starts hurting, right? it probably happened. It's hurting because I punched you in your fucking mouth, right? They're like, no, no, it's not true. So she wouldn't eat, right? I'm sitting there with her in the vet. I'm like, I'm trying to force feed her. She wouldn't fucking eat. And then they took her in the back. They just picked her up. They took her in the back, and she looked at me, and I looked at her. I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be all right." And then that was it. Like the next morning, I hear my mom fucking scream from fucking downstairs. She's like, "Nicholas!" I'm like, "Oh,
No.
fuck!" So I just had to run downstairs and just fucking. That was her fucking baby. You know what I mean? Like it was. It's a
Yeah.
terrible fucking feeling. Like like it was her dog. You know what I mean? Like so it was like but it doesn't make it any fucking easier. Like, it's everybody's dog. You know what I mean? Like she took it the hardest, obviously, because like that was her baby.
Yeah.
But like it's not an easy thing to lose a fucking pet, man. You guys know that. A lot of people know that. They are very important to you. They love you. They're your best. They love you unconditionally, right? No matter what. You could fucking yell at them. You could smack them for fucking stealing Nick's chicken parmesan while he's eating it in Mike's house, right?
Yeah.
2 seconds later, that dog is your best fucking friend again. They don't care. They don't care what you do to them. It's the most unconditional love of all time. Right? So it's not fucking easy to lose a fucking pet, that's for sure. But like the pain of it, having them is greater than the fucking pain. If that it's a terrible fucking pain,
Yeah.
but it's fucking worth it. You know what I mean? So it's not like you're probably saying I'll never fucking have a dog again, maybe, you know what I mean? Because it's fresh. But like
You do it
just think about
100%.
how good those animals made you fucking feel, right?
You do it all over again without even
Right.
blinking. I would.
Yeah.
No doubt.
They're there to make you happy. They're there to love you, and that's it. That's it. And you're there to love them. That's it. It's fucking it's a two-way street. You love each other.
Yeah. That's
I
dude,
wonder if there's something biologically, maybe this is the weed talking, but I wonder if there's something
probably.
biologically like the relationship between man and dog is something that's been going on for centuries and centuries at this point. And
Yeah.
there are things that they've said somehow like human like there's something more than a regular connection with dogs that humans have than with any other animal. I wonder if because like our ancestors needed dogs to fucking protect like the tribe when we were fucking cave people and all this shit, and whenever dogs became part of like human beings, like tribes essentially, like if there's something there, like a part of your family is like gone, but like I never lost anybody in my immediate family, thank fucking God. I wonder if this feels like that. Like losing a grandparent's one thing, but you kind of know like that's eventually going to be something you're going to live through. I
It's
don't know.
John, it's different. I lost my mom,
Yeah.
my
Oh
aunt,
yeah.
my
True. I forgot about
brother-in-law, one of our boys, one of my friends back in like 96. Like, listen, with all that said, like I said, when I say it's just different, it just hits different.
that. Yeah. Something. There's something.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. It's got to be something. It's like that. You like feel a fucking like let's say gut wrenching. Like that word is a description of what you feel. It's not like just like a play. It's like it's an accurate description of what you feel. You literally can feel like pain inside your body. It's not like just like the thought of like, oh, that's sad. It's like an actual pain you feel.
Dude,
At
100,
least for me. Like,
no, 110%. Like I felt it like physically.
you feel it physically, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
The part of you is actually getting like ripped away from you, like physically ripped away. It's weird. It's strange. I lost my uncle, I lost all my grandparents, uh, you know, a handful of friends. What my child? I mean, I guess it is Memorial Day. I mean, it could just shout out to my childhood best friend, and we haven't been friends in like 15 years, 18 years. He's one of those guys that is friends with everybody. Got a girlfriend, kind of disappeared from the group, but he lived across the street from me for 12 years. NYPD officer. There's a news story about it right now going around in Staten Island. He just dropped dead, 37 years old, and healthy his entire life. No drugs, no drinking, no nothing. But his name is Joe Gravino. Yeah,
shout out.
father of three, 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 4-month-old. He wasn't feeling good,
Brutal.
and he had some kind of abdominal pain. He was throwing up. His heart didn't feel right. They went to the hospital like a month ago, ran all the tests, couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. went home, and then Friday, I think it was Friday. Friday morning, his wife is downstairs with the baby, and she hears Joe get in the shower and then collapse inside the shower.
God.
Ran upstairs with the baby, and got in the bathroom, and he's collapsed in the shower. He's unconscious, whatever, coming in and out of consciousness, and she's obviously flipping out. She calls an ambulance. Ambulance picks him up. She packs the 3 kids in the car. Or whatever, whoever. Yeah, I guess because I don't know if the kids are home or not. Yeah, I guess I don't know, whatever. But packed the kids in the car. By the time they got to the hospital, the way my sister, my sister and his sister are still best friends from when we were kids. Moved to Jersey. They were each other maid of honor, and his sister is my niece, is her godmother. Like she's part of the family, but Joe just kind of disappeared. But regardless, she called my sister up and she said that his wife was like, when he fell in the shower, he's like, I'm scared. Like he knew he was gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
And got to the hospital, and she said like when I walked into the room, I was expecting like stuff to be going on. He was just sitting in the bed, no machines hooked up to him, no nothing. And she's like, why is it so quiet in here? And then it dawned on her like he's already gone. They're doing an autopsy. They don't know what's wrong with him, what happened to him, but I don't know, bro. Maybe vaccines. Who knows? Kid. When I met him at 11 years old, his father's a bodybuilder. When I met him, he was 11 years old, had a 6-pack, never lost a day in his life. All of a sudden, it just takes.
Yeah, that's. I mean, sorry to hear, John. I mean, unfortunately, we hear about that a lot now recently.
Yeah,
like young people just unexpectedly like just gone. Like, what is? And you do question like the whole vaccine. I hate to say it and sound like a crazy lunatic because they make you try to make us sound like we're crazy lunatics for just trying to ask a question to see what possibly could go wrong because you want to find out. God forbid you want to find out the truth of what happened one way or the other. And you just, unfortunately, you see this kind of shit. It's too much recently.
My cousin's a firefighter at FDNY. Not so much as I'll say. He's got friends who work because he was in EMS before, and he's just friends with a lot of officers or just people that work within the whatchamacallit. And apparently, they call it. There's like so much of this going on that they're starting to call it the clot shot. So, have you heard this thing about all these blood clots?
The worms, right? The long worms.
They're like 3-foot clots. They're not worms; they're blood clots. And that was one of the things that they were saying when they were forcing the shot on everybody. That was one of the things they were saying was blood clots. Now people are having all these years later these 2-3 foot blood clots inside them that they're taking out of people as they're getting trapped in their fucking heart, not letting blood flow, and all these people are fucking dropping dead, healthy otherwise, and just dropping dead because of the shot.
That's fucking crazy.
That guy didn't get vaccinated. I don't know if you guys did, but it's just terrifying.
I did not. No fucking way was I taking that fucking brand new fucking shot that these fucking people don't have our best interests at a fucking heart at all. You fucking crazy?
They want us to die. I mean, it's obvious that they don't give a fuck about thinning the herd, however they have to do it. But this kid Joe, bro, is an NYPD officer. They made those people fucking get shots. They made all the service people get shots. Yeah, and then thank God Trump got into office, bro, because they got all the people who ended up leaving got rehired and they got all back pay on them. So thank fucking God that.
Thank God for him.
You like him, you don't. I don't give a shit. When you do shit like that and you make people's lives whole again, where you had an evil fucking whatever just doing what they were doing at that time, and someone came in and stepped in and pressed reset on that shit. If the people they've ruined their lives and no one fucking talks about it, thank God for Trump.
John, remember like with the whole vaccine, first they tried to scare you to death to take it.
Yeah,
that was A. Then part B was like, hey, we're gonna give you
winter of death.
Yeah, winter of death. Then the next phase of it was like, yeah, we're gonna give you a gift card or a free burger at McDonald's if you go get the vax. And then finally, when all that wasn't working, they threatened your livelihood. They were like, you're gonna lose your job if you don't get this fucking death jab.
Yep.
Unbelievable what they did. And then I was just going through my videos, searching, obviously looking for my dog, and I came across this commercial that aired in 2021. So within like a year after COVID, 9 months, whatever the fuck it was. It showed like little kids dressed up as like mini superheroes, like, go get your COVID vaccine and be a superhero. I'm like, Yo, the propaganda was real back then. That shit was on for a few
Crazy.
months and then bang, gone away. All remember all those commercials? Just all of a sudden they're gone, huh? Did you ever notice that? Out of nowhere, you don't ever see COVID commercials anymore. Remember how it was,
You don't see Paxlovid?
you don't see Paxlovid, fuck Lovid. You don't fucking see that fucking load anywhere anymore, bro. It's fucking it's crazy. It really is.
I think I've seen the COVID Paxlovid one in the past couple months.
No, you didn't. That's your mind playing tricks on. You haven't seen shit.
I've seen a couple commercials in the fall. They run commercials for COVID shots with flu shots. They're trying to fucking keep it like, oh, we're not going to talk about too much. But
Yeah,
if we can get anybody stupid enough to continue taking it, we'll take their money.
yeah, now it's the flu, right? Now it's the fucking flu, you fucking piece of shit. Anyway, let's go back to we went
Well,
off steer here.
once
Go
we're on,
ahead.
well,
Yeah, yeah.
since we're on this subject, I'd like to talk about it for a second, only because I have a mysterious something going on with me right now. Like, so as you may have noticed, this cough that I have. So, like, the past week, so a girl at my job got sick, and I just been running myself down like crazy over the past fucking week. And I think I caught whatever she had. And it's the weirdest fucking sickness that I've ever had. I'm not really sick, okay? But I feel like I have fucking bronchitis. Coughing up a fucking lung in the morning. Um, just, and then my throat hurts. And when I swallow, it hurts all the way down to it through my chest and into my esophagus. Like my esophagus hurts, right?
Really?
Not like deep down. And but I don't feel that sick. But sometimes at night, once in a fucking just like if I come home late, like I feel like I have a quick little fever and I'm cold. But throughout the day I feel fine. It's like I'm not really sick, but I have something that I've never had before. I
Uh,
don't know what it is.
was this in relation to like their pain in your stomach or anything like that, or did that go
No.
away?
No, I mean that's still there, but it's two different things. But like I don't know what this is, man. Don't know. I'm glad that it's not like debilitating like the flu, but I've never had these symptoms not with an extreme fever. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like I have fucking bronchitis. Like this morning I was like I got to go to urgent care because I'm pretty sure I have fucking bronchitis.
Maybe it's
It's
Like
weird to be
allergies.
sick at this time of the year like that.
yeah.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
allergies. That's why I'm saying maybe it's allergies because
I
it's
never had
that
allergies in
time
my
of
whole
year.
entire life. I don't get allergies. But like in all seriousness, I know I caught whatever it is because the girl at my job was sick and I ran myself down, so I caught it from her. My immune system was fucking shot. But
Okay.
like I feel sick sometimes, very intermittently. Like in the morning I feel like shit. And then like when I run myself down again, like I've run myself down all weekend again. I'll come home, I'll take my clothes off, jump in the bed, I got the fucking shivers, you know? But
Really?
but it's not like
Do you do drugs?
no. And it's not debilitating though. It's like I've been getting up every fucking day, going to work, feeling fine at work, like not feeling
Mm.
sick, and then it just rinse and repeat the next day, and it was getting worse,
Do they
slowly worse. And
don't
the
they
girl
call
said the
that
same thing.
don't they call that walking pneumonia?
I looked that up, and it's not because
Yeah, that's
walking,
really.
yeah, walking pneumonia is like way worse. It's like
Yeah.
I just think I would call it bronchitis, but like it's weird because when I swallow, like I said, it's not just my throat. I feel it down here in my esophagus. Like I can feel it and it hurts going down my esophagus. And I looked it up. They were like, "Oh, it might be a esophagitis infection."
You think that's from sucking dick or?
You
Yeah.
could get that from sucking dick, but it's been so long since I sucked dick. Unless it was hiding like somewhere.
Maybe it's the withdrawal of.
How long has it been?
It's been like at least how long? How long am I alive? Forever years. Forever years long.
You gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for those fucking wieners.
Yeah, but I figured I'd bring that up because it's the weirdest shit. Like, and I don't know, maybe it's another variant of something that, I don't
Could
fucking
be.
I don't know. I think COVID came out during that time frame because it wrecked Trump's ability to get back into office again. What if they're doing the same thing again? They're saying we can't have Trump look like some kind of a hero, so let's release another one of our things that are on the shelf.
maybe.
That's always a concern. I mean, they did have a lab called Wuhan where they had legit names like COVID-19 that they were trying to play around with. Then all of a sudden it leaks, and they were like, "No, it just came from a bat." Like, get the fuck
Right.
out of here. You
Yeah,
people
and then they said it
liars.
was more. It was racist to suggest that it came from a lab in China. Not that it wasn't more racist to suggest that the Chinese people were eating pangolin and bats.
Right.
That's less racist than saying it's just from their fucking lab.
For real. I mean,
I mean,
people.
they've tricked people to the point where they're just saying, "Did you see it?" All right, I know we're talking about fucking pets and stuff like that. I don't want to go too much on a tangent, but I think it's just hysterical to put a fine point on this. Did you see what the White House was saying about the news about with the Joe Biden cover up?
No.
Okay,
With the flu?
so
Or no,
I
what
was
is it, like cancer?
he has cancer and like the fact that he was senile and that they had like a fucking group of a few people like actually being the president during the last 3 or 4 years of his like 3 years of his presidency. And make a long story short, what they were saying was um, they were saying things that were so extreme, and that they said we're kind of surprised how easily the media just ran with whatever we said. The White House said it was actually it surprised us how like crazy the media was for anything that we said. It was so easy to cover up Joe Biden's things because the media was just so complicit.
That's
And like
crazy.
we were actually surprised how complicit they were, and like surprised them. That's how crazy these people are as far as being liars.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Like, look what we could fucking say to make these fucking people believe it.
Yeah,
That's absurd.
they were
They're
fucking
really absurd.
surprised.
That's why everybody should just get their news from me and Nick on the Mix It Up podcast every
Exactly.
Monday nights. Because
I
we
want to
tell
do
it
a
how
mixed
it
up
is.
podcast with you guys.
You know?
Yes,
We
we want
should, we
you.
should work
Yes.
6 days a week.
We've
Yeah.
asked you. We've asked you multiple times, John.
I
We
know,
want.
bro.
We want
I
you.
work 6 days a week. It's tough.
Well,
Yeah.
you need to take the day off we do the Mix It Up podcast and just fucking come on. All right, so let's steer right back to the doggy
Yeah.
world.
So,
Well,
do you
can
have
we
something
can
you
we,
want
can
to
we
talk about,
take a
Mike?
second and look at that cute, adorable picture that you put up, John? Great.
So that hat that he's in, I lost, and then I can't imagine that this actually happened. But I will say, a few months ago, I found an old Yankee hat that I lost. That was like a new hat that I just lost.
Yeah.
Because I wear them often, so you'll have it for a couple years, and it gets a little ratty, so you fucking throw it out, get a new one. And I had like a newer one that I lost, and then I just found one in my closet like a couple months ago, and that was the hat I was wearing when I went and took Kano to the vet that night, and that's when I had him on. So there's a non-zero chance that hat he wore as it was passing to cover his eyes. So I didn't want anybody to look at his eyes. And I just looked. I put the hat like this on his head, and I put my face up to his. I just looked in his eyes, and I just held him like this, like on his head. I think there's a possibility he wore that hat
Wow.
9.5 years later.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the fuck, it was
Yeah.
blue eyes sticking out. Fucking amazing. We're
Yeah, how crazy is that? But those blue eyes.
fucking crazy. My question is, like, speaking of all this, like, where do you think dogs go when they die?
Heaven, bro.
All dogs go to heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where else are they gonna go? They're innocent creatures, bro. When have you ever met a dog that was just like a super asshole that wasn't just probably mistreated at home? It's to some degree. It's like such a small percentage of dogs. Most of them are so fucking good, and they're just. It's like God said, you know what? We're gonna just make this little like other animal to go along with you guys, just to be like a beacon of joy in your life. Like life's gonna be tough. There's gonna be a lot of hardships you're gonna go through, but let me just give you this little fucking bundle of joy that just every day you can just kind of like as like you can take a shot of espresso when you're tired. When you're feeling down, you got this little fucking animal that just comes up to you, just part of the game of life.
Yeah. Make sure they definitely have souls. You know, because they're definitely like original, man. They're
Yeah,
definitely
they're God's children too.
yeah, they're definitely a spirit. Nick, do you think all dogs go to heaven? And what do you think? What do you think the heaven is? What do you believe that place is for the dog? Because
I think
obviously, I have my dream with the dog, and I think it's a different realm or something for me. I believe we could get there and still communicate, but what do you think?
I think that it's probably all one and the same, you know what I mean? And I think maybe we could just take different forms so they know, so we know them, you know, as how we knew them, but maybe, you know, when we go up there as well, like wherever that is, we're just what we truly are, whatever source that we really are, because I mean, we're not really sure while we're down here.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, I got a story that I wanted to tell you on this one, but it's in regards to Rob. And actually, I know when we were at, I don't know if it was when we were at the medium mic. No, it wasn't. It was when I was doing the medium on the computer. She said the medium said that she brought up Rob and she said he's with a black dog and or whatever, and like the only black dog that either of us both knew was my dog Dakota. Like he knew Dakota like when because we were kids together. But why I wanted to bring it up was you know the movie Big Fish? Did you watch it? Did I tell you
No,
about that? So you guys have to watch this movie. It's a real tearjerker, by the way. Like I cry
but
every time I see it. So, but it was one of Rob's like Rob loved the movie because it like I think it like was sentimental because like it reminded him of his dad who passed away when we were like younger. But there was a play about it up here at County Players Theater, and I was like, I really want to go see the thing. You know, Rob loved the movie. I love the fucking movie too. But like whenever I see the movie or hear about it, I always think of him, right? So I went to the fucking play, and I was telling my sister, I was texting her, I was like, oh, I'm going to see a play today, and she texted me back through her phone, and she wrote, didn't realize that she wrote this because she's talking it and goes, call Rob play. Okay. I'm like,
wait,
what?
wait.
Right?
I'm so sorry. I don't
That's
mean to
okay.
actually repeat this.
That's
I
all right.
went to just Google the movie
Yeah,
that you said just to see who like what it was, and I recognized the thing. I need to hear what you said again. I apologize.
that's okay. So our friend who passed away, Rob,
That part I heard. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he loved the movie and
That part, yeah.
yeah. So I went to go see the play and I was on my way the way there and my sister, I was talking to my sister, I was texting her, I was like, yeah, I'm going to see this play, Big Fish, you know, and she goes, no, I didn't tell her what play. I was like, oh yeah, we're going to see this play. And she goes, she texts me and she's talking the text, you know, like through Siri or whatever, on her car or something like that. And the text comes over, call Rob play, right? So I'm like, what? And she looks down, she's like, oh my God, I didn't know what the fuck I said. And I was like, Chris, like this was one of Rob's favorite fucking movie. Love this movie. She was like, I meant to say, cool, what play?
Wow, that's
But
crazy.
Siri fucking came out with call Rob play.
Yeah, I'm
What
telling you, there are
Bro,
always signs. There's
the
always
yeah, you
signs.
were the chills just now.
Yeah.
There's always
I don't know,
signs,
man.
man.
When stuff like that, like I
Just,
don't. Maybe it's just our brains trying to fucking like.
I don't think so,
No.
bro.
I don't know,
No
man. That's
fucking
just. I don't
dude.
even want to finish a sentence. Like, how does
Nah,
that not feel real to
Like,
you?
how do you
yeah,
come up cool what? Call Rob? What like I can see the call and the cool, right? But what and Rob?
yeah. It's
You know,
just
like
I mean,
doesn't make any
there's no
I don't mean to
coincidence.
offend you, but it's just a retarded, maybe.
Yeah, I'll tell you, there's
That's
no
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking
coincidence.
crazy.
I have dreams about him all the time too, John. Like fucking all the time still. Like, you know what I mean? I just have dreams about the guy, man. Like he's always fucking better. You know what I mean? Like it's just I like having dreams about him.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's
Yeah,
you know,
I
miss the
bet.
guy, man.
I
Like it's
think it's
just
just a different realm.
just wait, just wait and
How
see,
long
man.
ago was this that he passed?
It's gonna be 3 years in June.
Wow, time flies.
Yeah.
Mike, you knew this person too?
Yeah. Rob's been on the Mix Up podcast a few times early on. So you definitely, if you
Oh,
look
really?
up the old ones, yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Did I
on.
ever overlap with him? Did I ever meet him on here before?
I don't think so. Nah, because he was on like we had Dill on his younger brother for a while. Then Rob came on a few episodes like during the time like you were coming on too. But yeah, if you go back in the early days and you see like this guy with crazy hair and a big beard, that was Rob. So you see him on the Mix Up podcast. But yeah, like Rob's obviously one of the great guys. But when they say like they always take the good ones or whatever, like he's definitely was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, going back to like real quick, Nick, if you want to go back to Rob, like did somebody get this out of the way because I'm holding my phone, it's about to die. It says
Yeah.
call Rob plate. No, just kidding. Um, so all right, so like what do you think like other religions, where do they think like dogs go, whatever? So Christianity, they believe animals have souls and may be present in heaven. Others think animals don't have immortal souls like humans, but they have like a comforting soul for a creature, for paradise, to all God's creatures. So basically all God's creatures go to heaven. That's what they're saying.
Mhm.
Hindu, like they see animals as sentient beings with souls that go through cycles of rebirth, so reincarnation until enlightenment. That's what the
Yeah.
Hindus fucking believe. That's pretty cool. Islam, animals are considered part of God's creation and are treated with compassion. Some teachings suggest that animals will be present in the afterlife in some form, like you were saying, Nick. And then they have the spiritual new age beliefs that many believe that dogs' spirits continue on, either staying near loved ones, reincarnating, or going to a peaceful afterlife, often called the Rainbow Bridge. Have you ever heard the Rainbow Bridge before?
Yeah.
No. So the
Rainbow
rain
Road.
I have heard of
Rainbow
that.
Road
you have
from
John. So the Rainbow Bridge is a popular non-religious idea. That's a beautiful meadow out there where all pets go after they die, and they just waiting there happily until they're reunited with their companions. So that brings like comfort to like the owners, obviously. Then the
Yeah.
scientific view, it's like whatever. Um, they think it's just part of brain activity. There's no evidence that anything persists after death. Fuck you, scientists. I don't
Yeah.
give
Fuck you. Kind of
so
spoiling
dumb.
the fucking party.
assholes.
Goddamn
Way to
asshole.
fucking be a downer,
Yeah.
stupid
Make the vaccine and
scientist.
then take the pets away. You fucking assholes.
Yeah, right. Pieces of shit.
So I got a question though. What? So like, where's the line get drawn if a line is drawn at all? Because I don't believe that there's a line because you can have a fucking chicken as a pet, right? Does it now that like you're like this is my pet now? You're lucky because now you're going to heaven, or do all chickens go to heaven too? And personally, I think all life form goes somewhere else afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, because we can't limit it to dogs and cats and fucking our horse, and because
Sure.
cows or cows like because some cows are just fucking nobody's pet. They get fucking eaten, and chickens get our chicken wings. But some people love their chickens. You know?
That's
I
true.
like the Hindus
I've seen
idea
it.
where they kind of just progressively go through cycles, and they probably
Yeah.
go from like chicken to pig to cow,
Hmm.
and then eventually they turn into a monkey, and then eventually a human, and they just have
Yeah.
to go through the cycle. I don't know if that's how it works.
Yeah, I mean that's
That'd be pretty cool. We all start off as like little fucking like a bee.
Like a lizard or fucking
yeah, right.
guppy or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Had a pet named lizard named George. I didn't like him. I was really bored. Do you ever see that fucking girl singing that song now? It's all over fucking TikTok. She's like,
No.
cancel me, bother me, bother me. She's like, dinosaurs, shut the fuck up. Dentist, shut the fuck up. Just go look it on Instagram. It's fucking eerily irritating, but I have to hear it every fucking day. It's one of those fucking jams. I think she went on like American Idol and fucking sang it too, and it went viral. So yeah, take your time. So, but speaking of posting and YouTube and all that shit, what I'm doing on my personal YouTube channel, it's Trainer123. I'm actually gonna post a link if you guys are watching on YouTube. But if you're not, if you're just listening, come over to the YouTube channel. I'm gonna post a link of my special. Um, it's a special dedication of Barkley. I'm posting all short videos of Barkley from life to death. So many like videos that I found through my phone. I'm still doing it. I'm gonna have the link on the bottom so you can check it out. The very first video I put up is when saying goodbye to Barkley, and already like 1,400 views, which is insane. Thanks for people that just watched it and liked it. I'm gonna have so many like videos of that, and just go there. Check out all the videos of my dog and his life.
Can I tell some stories of Barkley?
Sure.
So I was lucky enough to be there when we picked Barkley up, and I got to hold Barkley on the whole ride home as a little puppy wrapped up in a blanket. It was adorable.
Yeah.
Barkley grew to be one of the craziest dogs I've ever met. He's a nut job.
He's
He was
insane.
nuts.
He's a psychopath.
You couldn't leave a fucking slice of pizza around that dog in Mike's room. without that dog.
That's my dog for you.
That dog would climb up on the fucking chair and just eat your shit. rip your fucking chicken parm right out of your fucking hand.
That's the second time you said chicken parm. That happened, didn't it?
Dude,
And then like you
he
would
was
sit
athletic.
down, like, okay, Barkley, it's nice time, right? It's nice.
Yeah.
Barkley would come up to you, act like he's nice. Mike's like warns you one time, like he's gonna headbutt you.
Yeah.
And you're like, thank God, you gotta be like this the whole time, like, cause he's gonna headbutt you. And then you'd have to block the headbutt. He would just want to headbutt you.
Because
Yeah.
he wants to
That's a
lick
big
you.
head.
And
That's
he
a
has a
fucking
big
pumpkin
head.
right there.
Dude, it legit knocked a family member. It chipped her tooth. It chipped
Oh
her
my
fucking tooth.
God.
Yeah. And we warned him, like, you gotta watch him because he likes to just he's so loving and he wants to love everybody that he wants to jump up and lick your face, but he's so stupid. He just fucking headbutts it by accident because he just has no focus. He's just too excited.
Yeah, he gets the most excited dog I've ever
Yeah.
met. You couldn't calm him down. There was no he was excited the whole time that you were there.
Remember how many times he just throw up in excitement? He'd be so excited. He'd be like, bah, and he'd fucking puke and rally, dude. He'd puke and rally.
Puking rally, nice.
He's right back to like the throwing up didn't even face him. He's right back into doing whatever the hell you were doing, playing. Like, God forbid, I brought home like this one video you're gonna see. Like he found a softball in the field, like 2 blocks down from my house. Right, we're on for a walk. He took that softball home, kept it in his mouth, could barely breathe. Always like, he took that ball all the way home with him. Like I literally like when he found the ball, he made a fucking red line. That's how I knew where he lived because he fucking made a red line to want to go home and go hide in the backyard with the fucking ball and just rip it to shreds. And that's what he did. Like he was just like he was so focused, man. I
Yeah.
gotta give him credit. He's a funny dog, a nutty dog. Maybe he's just so crazy because he gets to hang out with me 24/7.
Maybe.
A lot of motherfuckers don't know how crazy I am. You know what I mean? Sometimes I be talking to myself and shit, barking, just looking at me like, the fuck is this motherfucker? He's crazy.
Your dog sounds it's a very similar personality to my dog. Just crazy energy, just fucking bouncing off the walls, want to be a center of attention, like actually be like the reason why people are laughing in the room. And I like that they have similar markings too, with the patch over the one eye and shit, the half white face.
Yeah.
I like that. I wish they would have had a chance to fucking play some football together.
Oh, for sure. My dog is cool with other pets too.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's a shame, man. It's a shame we have to both lose our dogs and talk about it on this podcast. Hopefully, that people that have pets that lost their pets that listen, hopefully this comforts you in a certain way. Like, hopefully you do believe that, you will see your pets again in the afterlife like I do. Anybody that says otherwise or don't believe in my dreams, you don't have a soul. You're a piece of shit. So, yeah, hopefully you guys find some comfort in that,
Yeah, just hearing other people talk about it. Yeah.
It's nice. Nice.
I got a question
Yeah.
for you guys, and you mentioned it before, and I know it's a tough question, but I'm going to ask you guys anyway. Do you have plans on getting another dog at any
Yeah.
point? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably get it soon because I want one of the mistakes that I made was I didn't everybody was afraid of him quick. Just because he was kind of scary. Look at my in-laws, my mom's dog, she had a little Yorkie, was petrified of him after like 3 months because she was like double her size already. So I never really like, brought him around and stuff. But I want to get him to my parents. So my parents have like a big backyard with a big pool and shit like that. So I want to get him like there so they're not scared. They see him like grow up over the summertime. So I definitely want to get another one. I like that because I mean you saw the first picture, like if he wanted to kill somebody, he could, that dog. So like that, like if I'm not home, like I said, I work 6 days a week, and I'm all over the state and stuff. So having some like you ever hear that Bill Burr bit about pit bulls?
Yes.
Where he's like, it's a gun you can pet. That's pretty much like a sentient gun you can pet that lives in your house. So your wife's home alone, or you go away for the weekend or whatever it is, like having that like comfort of she's got some type of protection. I like that feeling of it, and then also like just the fucking funness of having an animal in the house that's got a personality to fucking it's like a best friend in your house.
Would you get another pit bull?
Always,
right? Yeah, I'm the same way with me. Like if it's bulldogs only.
Yeah, I actually I got like I said, I got it from some kid down, like some breeder down in that town in New Jersey. And I had his number saved in an old phone. So I didn't know which old phone it was because it was like 10 years ago almost. So I like found my old phone. And I was like frantically looking around to try to find this kid's number. And then finally I fucking found it. And my chart, because I found the phone, but the battery had swelled like sitting in a drawer for this long. And I couldn't charge it anymore. It wasn't fucking charging. And I was like, God damn it, this could be the phone that it's on. Eventually it starts charging. Finally get the phone on. Days later, like just letting it sit there. And I go call the number on the phone. Number disconnected.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I wanted to try to get. I knew I wouldn't be able to get a direct descendant of him, but if he continued breeding at the same family line, maybe I could have got one of Kano's distant cousins in my house.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for the same thing. I'm actually still hoping they could be able to clone him like Dolly the sheep.
Do you know how much money it costs? I fucking looked it up.
How much?
50,000
to get him cloned. What do you just do? You just bring in the ashes to this place?
I have fucking no idea. You probably need to have hair and something else. It's probably a decision you have to make before they.
Oh fuck! Yeah, it's probably because that would have been. It would have been like probably
really do that,
dude.
I googled it and I said, "Can you clone your dog?" I said, "Yeah, $50,000."
My,
and I was like, "All right, I don't need to read any further into this."
Legally, it's legal. My luck, like Barkley would come back as like that Pet Cemetery kind of dog. Yeah, where you just be pure evil and shit. He come out the grave and shit, like, and just fucking start ripping your head off.
Like, if it's a clone, like
that would scare me to have an actual clone. I'm like, you're not really Barkley.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that, man. That's not right because it's gonna be you're expecting something, you're gonna get something different because their personality is not gonna be the same. Yeah, but it's physically the same dog, but it's not.
I don't know. Part of your personality is genetic too.
What if he don't like you anymore? Like in the new one, he's like,
"Yo, bro, you again?"
Yeah, like, I see this fucking guy.
He's like, I was trying to get a hot girl.
It's gonna get me crazy again. You ever hear that?
What are you doing?
You ever hear that Bill Burr? You said Bill Burr. John, you said Bill Burr before. You ever hear his bit where he's talking about his crazy dog?
Yeah. Always,
like, and he's like, oh, dude, it's so great. He's telling about like his dog and how crazy it is, and he's wondering how could this fucking dog get that crazy? And then he talks about himself when he's watching the game. He's like, fuck these fucking referees, fuck this referees, I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of him. The dog gets up and the dog started acting right. He's like, yeah, let me get him, So, like, then you kind of get that. They feed off you. They feed off like your energy wherever you're at, like in your your stages. So.
I think they
like
it's
you.
Weird how I feel like their personalities kind of mold to yours in a sense. Like I don't know.
We shape them, and they stare at you and they watch you every second of the day. You're their life.
Yeah. They it's funny. Like
they're our god. We're the gods to them.
Yeah. True.
We take care of them. They look at us.
Take care of them and fucking. Yeah.
That's we are their whole world to them. That's why we have to
be there when they die.
Did I what?
You get a chance to take him around and like go on like little trips and shit with him and stuff like that.
Dude, I took him everywhere, and one of his favorite things was going in the Jeep, going down like this, But I would have loved to like take him on vacation to like the beach or whatever, but I could never really like do that because of his like I said, his exciting personality. And he throw up and he can't be in the heat. Like there's times where I had him in the pool, like where friends or family were over in the pool, and if it's daytime, you can't keep a bulldog out like that over 85 degrees, even though he's in and out of the pool. But it was with his whole breathing, you can't have him overheat like that, and they overheat like really quickly. So you got to like be like very careful, like with bulldog film. So it's really hard. But as far as like take him to like the stores, like pretty much anywhere, people's houses, Super Bowls, etc. He always fucking came. They just hung out there.
My cousin's like that with his dog. That's just 24 hours a day. He's with the dog.
He's all bad. I took him to work numerous times. We went to work when it was like cooler out. He'd hang out in the Jeep and just wait till I finished my job and shit. Like, yeah, he was like, he was legit, man. Fucking legit. Only have 5.5 years of, which just it's not right. It's not fucking right. I should have had 10 at least. Those bulldogs last like on average like 9.5 years. Like that's what I was expecting, and I was expecting them to live longer than that.
Yeah,
which
especially there's nothing wrong with like I said, he was healthy as an ox every day of his life. Never had to take to the vet for fucking anything other than the mandatory shots to take him to the dog hotel if me and my wife went away.
That's
How
it.
is an ox? And just fucking like that.
It's a fucking shame.
Mike,
Ugh.
are you thinking about getting a new dog right away or like?
Not right away, Nick. Like I would like to like at least wait till like the fall
Yeah.
and get him like then because I did get Barkley December. We got him in December. I would like to get him in the fall. Like if I don't want to get him right now, it's like the middle of the summer. You know, I definitely want to like hit up Atlantic City and shit
Yeah.
and not have to worry about, you know, people watching them or whatever. So I definitely want to do things. But I say that at the same time, if I come across one on one of these websites that I see, like, because I want to get a puppy, you know, 8 weeks old, because you want to get a puppy and you want to be able to train them. If I see somebody that's going to stick out, like when I seen Barkley, like I'll put the picture up on YouTube in a second, on our channel in a second. When I first seen his picture on the website, I was like, oh my God, look at how fucking adorable he is.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, for some reason, I called. And for some reason, the lady asked me, you want to put a deposit on him? Nobody put a deposit on Barkley. And he wasn't Barkley at around. He was just dog number 2. And she was like, do you want me to put a deposit on dog number 2? I'm like, yeah, without even fucking hesitating. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, yo, I'm in. I'm
Yeah.
going to get this fucking dog. And it's just like, then it became like a rap, man.
I asked the question
But I
and
would definitely get it.
I posed it as a new dog and I felt terrible for saying new immediately. I should have said another dog or something, a different word. It
I
was
knew what
like
you meant. I knew what
yeah,
you meant, though.
but it
I
was
get it.
like it's not the right way to say it, you know what I mean? Like because a
Yeah.
new dog, it's not they're not a fucking piece of property. You didn't fucking your car didn't blow up. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you getting a new car soon, Mike? You know what I mean? No, it's like, are you gonna bring another loving animal into your life? Is the right way to say it, I guess.
Yeah.
Anytime soon. You know what I mean? Like,
That's,
Yeah. I was
that's him on the
looking up
website.
names. I named Kano before I got him. I
yeah.
always thought from when I was a kid. Look at that picture.
That's my dog when I first got him. When he's first
Look at
on
those
the
noses,
webpage,
bro. Look at the markings.
look
How
at his
funny is
look at his
this?
little
How,
legs.
how similar do they look? That's so crazy.
If
Right? Am I crazy? Like they look like.
They do.
only if he had blue eyes, but he had brown eyes.
What color eyes do you have, Mike?
I got blue.
Damn.
You my brown eye boy. You
Well, I will say this:
brown eye boy.
he was blue for like a month and a half, and then after that, it turned into like that hazel amber color.
It's funny how they change. You don't even realize when you first had him at
Yeah,
puppy
I was so hyped. I was like,
drastically
"Yo, I
they
got a
change.
pitbull with blue eyes." I was like, "I fucking this is gonna be sick." I have blue eyes. My dog's gonna have blue eyes. It's gonna be fucking awesome. And then like a month and a half later, they're hazel. I was like, "Fuck."
It's crazy.
There goes that.
Yeah, they change. The whole face changes. Everything changes. You don't even realize because you're watching them like every fucking day. Man.
All
I
right.
guess that's a wrap
Well,
on this podcast. Anything else? Parting words before we go?
yeah, man. Just whatever pets you do have, whoever's listening to this, just give them a tight hug tonight for us. All right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Love your pets.
Love your pets. Love you guys as well. I love both of you. You guys are great guys. I apologize again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you guys' loss. But I know you guys will get through it. You'll be strong, and and maybe your doggies will come back as another pet. I believe in that as well. They could take on it, and you know what I mean. Like you'll see them again one day, and they'll be around. They'll be around with you guys. So
Maybe our pets are playing together right now.
not maybe they definitely are. They definitely
After
are.
this podcast, I just can't believe how similar like these pictures are. Yeah,
Bogies.
they're just sitting there laughing. I was like, look at these fucking 40-year-old dorks right now.
Grow up.
This is the guy I was trying to be.
Hey, I'm the fucking one that life don't last that long. Piece of shit. Grow up, guys. All right. Thanks, doggy. Love you guys. Peace out. every night. Gonna walk on top of me. Every single night.